Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Are you knowing what you are wanting? Are you enjoying the fantastic contrast that prods you into that awareness? Oh, especially that you are remembering that you are leading edge creators. You are feeling the importance of your perspective, yes? We want you to understand, as you are here on the leading edge, with all the variety of perspectives you hold, you literally summon Source forward. And in the process of your contrasting, comparative, evaluating, focusing experience, you are summoning Source. Do you know that? In your physical format, you often say or hear the phrase ask and it is given. But few of you really understand the full meaning of that. A fuller meaning than you may realize is this: every small preference, every loud cry, every wish, every hope, everything is answered. You cannot even hint at a desire that all that is does not begin moving circumstances and events in heaven and on earth to accommodate you. Sometimes when our physical friends hear us say this, they respond, Abraham, what planet are you focused on? There are so many things I've wanted or those around me have wanted that don't appear to be answered. So many requests seem unanswered. How can you say ask and it is given? And we say because when you ask it is given. You may not be letting in what you're asking for, but it is being given. And then you say that makes no sense to me. Why would I, of all people, who wants this more than life itself, not let in what I'm asking for? And we say it is because this is a vibrational universe, and you do not understand your own vibrational nature. If you have desires that are not being fulfilled, it can only be for one reason. You are not a vibrational match to your own desire. Well, that's easier to understand, isn't it? Because when you are standing in the pain of sickness or in the discomfort of not enough money, or in the heartbreak of a failed relationship, you cannot possibly be a vibrational match to what you're asking for. When you want more money, you can't be in fear of debt or of not having enough. When you want wellness, you cannot be embroiled in the vibration of illness. In this universe, which is vibration-based and managed by the law of attraction, you cannot offer one vibration and be a receiver of another any more than you can set your radio to 98.6 and hear the music being offered on 101 FM. Vibrations must match up. So how do you in your physical format go about matching up vibrations? How do you know what your vibrational content is? You can feel it. When you are in alignment with your source energy, you feel what you would call positive emotion. It feels like joy, appreciation, passion, eager romping through life experiences. Watch the little ones, they still remember. When you feel fear, anger, frustration, blame, guilt, or any of those emotions you describe as negative, that is your indicator that you're not matching up, not right now. It doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean you're inappropriate. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you're not a vibrational match to what you're asking for. So, how does this happen? How does it happen that a person could be a mismatch to wellness? You could be talking about illness, gathering statistics about it, focusing on those who are sick, or looking at your own physical condition. So how do you go about offering a vibration that matches what you want? You do it by thinking about what you want, by talking about what you want, by pretending that you already have it, by imagining that it is done. But sometimes, the trouble with this, if you really, really, really want something, is that when you think about this thing you want, what really happens is that you activate the vibration right where you are. So instead of moving closer to what you want, you just aggravate where you are. Then you say, well, I'll try harder, but that only aggravates it more. So we say to you, you've got to come to terms with what your dominant vibrations are. You've learned them over a period of time. Some call them beliefs, some call them core beliefs, which makes them sound really unchangeable. We prefer to call them dominant vibrations, and we even prefer to explain that the reason a vibration is dominant is simply because you've practiced it quite a bit. In other words, you've activated that thought on a regular basis, and the law of attraction is helping you out by bringing you more thoughts, like the thought you keep activating, until pretty soon that's just the easiest way for you to go, not because you want to, not because it's the best thing for you, and not even because it feels good, but simply because it's what you've been doing. So, when we ask you which feels more like you in this set of dominant beliefs, for instance, when you think of money or financial abundance, does it feel like freedom and adventure, or does it feel like struggle? Does the subject of money feel like elation or fear? Sometimes you say, oh, some of all of that, and we say that's good. That means you do have more aptitude to change or to choose. When we ask you about your dominant relationship, does it feel like fun or bondage? When we ask you about your body, do you feel sure-footed or vulnerable? You can tell how you feel. You can tell how you usually feel. If you'll stop to think about it, where your dominant vibrations are. And we want to soften the idea of a dominant vibration by saying it's simply the vibration you've activated most. So you say, well, if it's just a matter of activating a vibration, then I suppose I could deactivate those that aren't serving me? And we say, go ahead. So you say, all right, I'm going to deactivate that vibration. But you didn't activate it. Then you say, I'm not going to think about that anymore. I'm going to deactivate it. But you've just activated it again. So how do you deactivate a vibration so it no longer continues to be or become a dominant vibration? The only way you can deactivate one vibration is by activating another, because this is a universe based on inclusion, not exclusion. So when you say yes to something, you include it. And when you say no to something, you include it. So when you say, I'm not going to activate you anymore, you've just done it. And the more you don't want to activate it, the more you activate it. There's a war on drugs, a war on terrorism, a war on crime, a war on teenage pregnancy, a war on cancer, a war on all kinds of things, and every one of them is getting bigger. Why? Because humans keep thinking they can push hard enough against the thing they do not want, and eventually they will obliterate it through their attention to it. And we say it could not be more backward. You must deactivate that which you do not want by activating that which you do want. So as Esther listens to us and she listens to you, and she listens to herself, she realizes that even today, with all she has learned from us, and all that life has taught her, there are still some things where she carries a vibration from way, way, way back. Every now and again, something happens that causes it to come alive again, to reactivate within her. One day she got all huffed up, and while pounding on whatever she was standing next to, she said, I can damn well choose what my dominant vibration is. I can choose. And we said we had hoped you would feel more positive about it, but step one is good too, because you do have to reach this place where you decide you're going to choose. And when you decide you're going to choose, what that means is you're going to start directing your thought. You're going to start setting vibrations in motion. You're going to deliberately choose the sequence of thoughts until the law of attraction can get hold of it and help you along. And before you know it, you are offering vibrations deliberately rather than by default. When you begin to offer your vibration deliberately, then you can proudly proclaim, and you will feel it from the very fiber of your being, that you are a deliberate creator. It turns out that what deliberate creating really is allowing the well-being that is natural to you. But it's not the easiest thing in the world to allow the well-being that is natural to you when you're already standing in the middle of something you don't want. Almost all of you give most of your vibrational offering in response to something you're observing. So, if you're standing in the middle of something that pleases you, then you're offering a vibration that matches it, and you're attracting more like it. But if you're standing in the middle of something that doesn't please you, then you're offering a vibration that matches that too, and you're attracting more like it. What we notice, as we watch so many of you, is that you are living very good lives. The basis of your expectation is really in a very good place. Look at how you live. There is so much more that is working the way you want it to than not. But as you are here in this leading edge forum, really wanting to be the creator of your own experience, we are here to help you fine-tune. Because from our perspective, there is no reason ever that you should live anything other than that which you are choosing to live. We just want you to know what you are choosing and how you are choosing it. We want you to know that everything manifesting in your experience, every emotion that you feel, is something you are choosing. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, you say, and we say, that is only because you are not choosing enough on purpose to recognize when you are not choosing on purpose. In other words, if you're just giving your attention to whatever is out there, there are many things out there, pleasing things and not pleasing things. So in order to help you sort that out, we have some questions for you, and we would like you to choose. You can speak out loud if you want to, it doesn't matter if you do. We would like you to choose between these two choices, which feels more like you. Do you choose truth or not truth? Do you choose feeling good or feeling bad? Do you choose truth or feeling good? We hear your words, we read your vibration. It's a mind twister, isn't it? Because you've never really thought about it in that way. You've been trained to tell the truth and you want to feel good. But when it comes right down to it, when your choice is to tell it like it is, or to tell it in a way that would feel better, almost without exception, you feel mandated to tell it like it is. What we want to help you realize is that if you keep looking at what is and offering a vibration in response to what is, nothing can change for you because the universe is responding to your vibration. So if you observe, then vibrate, then receive in response to your vibration, you do not have control. You must offer a vibration because you choose to offer a vibration, not because there is some fact or evidence. And here's the part that is most interesting to us as we observe you. We know that every single fact, every single truth, every single piece of evidence, and every manifestation that every single one of you is living as a result of your attention to the subject. There is no reality that is separate from your attention to it. So why do you let someone's attention to something that you don't want, which created some reality you don't want, that became some truth that has nothing to do with you, be the thing you think you should give your attention to? That's like saying, I should think the thought I don't want to think, that makes me feel the way I don't want to feel, that will give me the manifestation I don't want to manifest, because somebody else did. And we say, what has that got to do with you? And you say, but it's true. And we say, there are a lot of things that are true that you do want, and there are a lot of things that are true that you don't want. Don't you think it's time you begin to choose which of those you offer a vibration about? We do. We know it is what you intended as you came forth into this physical body. You did not say, I will go forth and give my attention to any old thing, achieve vibrational harmony with all kinds of things, wanted and not wanted, and then I will live the struggle of human life, and the better I do in the struggle, the greater reward will be.